Welcome into the Brooks Bench with your host Brooke, aka Shiggy, and my co-host Megan.
What's up?
If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. Follow us on all social media at the Brooks Bench, and join our Discord link in the description. As you guys can tell, it's just me and Meg today. Brooke is out traveling back from home, so she should be with us next weekend. But let's kick things off and head into the court report for week 4. So if you guys are new here, the core report, we go over major WNBA headlines, transactions, and then any milestones any of the players hit during the week we're recapping. So first, let's go over transactions that happened this week. So Ariel Power signs rest of season contract with Golden State. How you feeling about that one, Meg?
I like that one. I'm hoping she'll be able to bring back the aerial powers we used to see with the Minnesota Link.
Mm-hmm. Golden State also signed Chloe Bibby and Caitlin Chen. Interesting, to say the least. I mean, what are your vibes on those two as well?
Um, um, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna play that much. I think it just maybe if we're killing the team, they'll get some
Yeah.
minutes. But I feel like there's a couple people, players out there that they probably could have signed, like Ari McDonald, but
I know, yeah.
it's all good. I think it was for the crowd, like for the fans.
I'll also say probably because they went through preseason with this team, they know their
Yeah,
scheme
they know a
already.
little bit. Yeah,
There's some familiarity there, but I would agree. Ari McDonald was still in the market.
yeah.
That's probably where I would have went.
Bummer.
But the only drawback for Ari McDonald, I feel like Ari needs more playing time than she probably would have got with Golden State, honestly.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping Ari finds a good landing spot soon. We already talked about it. Ari McDonald was waived by Indiana this week. Julie Van Loo, what was it, and Temi were their
Hmm.
contracts were temporarily suspended because they are going overseas. Same with Julie Allman, Jessica Shepard, Louisa. I'm gonna get her name. Guys Slaughter, something like that. They were all temporarily suspended because of their overseas commitments. Same with Febich. Crystal Bradford was waived by Las Vegas. Joyner Holmes signed a rest of season contract with Vegas. I mean, it's fine. They weren't really using Bradford anyways. Joyner
Hmm.
Holmes, I mean, a role player. It's not what Vegas needs to turn this season around.
Hmm.
But I mean, it's all right. Kayla Charles was waived by Dallas. And in the big trade that happened, Lee Rue traded from Seattle to Dallas. Storm received a 2026 second round pick and 2027 third round pick. How you feeling about this trade?
I feel like Dallas gave up quite a bit, but
I
Dallas
mean,
could use some post presence, so I think that'll
yeah.
help them. Um, it was a little weird they got rid of Kayla Charles. Like the relationship was a little weird.
Mm,
Some games she got minutes and did really well, and then other games it was like she didn't do anything while she was out there. So
yeah.
pretty confusing, but that's just how Dallas has been. But I'm glad Yuru is on the team that she'll get more minutes and
Yes.
we'll be able to see some of the things we used to like about her from last year. So,
I mean, when Leah Rue was basically saying she wanted to be traded, I'm pretty sure we had named Dallas as one of those landing
yeah.
spots. Two players overseas, two post players overseas. They need the depth. I think she'll be a good addition
Hmm.
in Dallas. I think this is what Dallas needed, so I'm not complaining. I mean, a 2026 second round pick and a third round pick in 2027. I mean, what are the odds of those picks staying on your team? You know, so
Hmm.
I don't think it's too much, honestly. And then lastly, Shea Petty signs rest of season hardship contract with LA. This one was concerning because I know Odyssey Sims was out with personal reasons, so I'm concerned it might be longer than what people think.
Hmm.
So that's something to monitor as well. Over to just news in general. All-Star voting has begun. It started on June 12th. It will end June 28th. Fans can select up to 10 players, 6 front court, and 4 guards. You can vote online at WNBA.com or through the WNBA app. There are double vote days. One just passed on the 14th, and the next two are June 20th and June 27th. If you guys don't know what All-Star voting is, basically WNBA players and media will join fans in selecting the WNBA All-Stars and will be able to complete one ballot each. Fans will account for 50% of the vote, while players and media will account for 25% of the vote. Fan voting serves as a tiebreaker for players in a position group with the same score. All-Star Game is Saturday, July 19th. Megan, have you been voting?
Yep.
Give me a sneak peek of who you've been voting for.
Go Valkyries. Yeah, I think I've been, giving love to the ones that really have been performing the
Yeah,
standouts we talked about for the last couple weeks. But I've definitely been sliding in a little bit of my Valkyries. I think
yeah.
that Kayla Thornton and Burton have been
Mm-hmm.
playing great, and
Mm-hmm.
it's part of the reason why Valkyries are doing as well as they have been.
Yeah.
So I showed them some love.
Yeah. There's like scandal going on right now that certain fan bases are stealing people's like reporters' emails or I mean just like yeah, and voting and like
Wow.
voting for their play like favorite players or stuff like that. So
Hmm.
that's a scandal going on right now if you guys didn't know. It's getting crazy. I mean, fan voting is outrageous. I mean, people just vote for who they want to vote for.
Yeah.
I always vote for who, like, obviously I vote for who earns it. Like you said, sometimes I'll exchange out certain players to like show some love. But yeah, I mean, it is fan voting. Vote how you want.
Mhm.
Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Kelsey Mitchell. Western Conference Player of the Week, Nafisa Collier again. Kelsey Mitchell had a really good week 20 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, 2 assists per game. Nafisa continues to kill it. I'm not surprised. Averaged 23 points per game, 10 rebounds a game, and then 4
Yeah.
assists per game.
It's her year.
Yeah. Yeah, it's her year. I would just argue Caitlin Clark's going to rival it. These last couple of games, her sitting out, I think has widened that gap. But then we'll talk about it a little later. Caitlin Clark just popped out her first game back after injury.
Mhm.
We found out what line 'em up was. This summer, the first WNBA three-point lines are being painted on park courts across the country at an invitation for all women to step up and get buckets. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I like stuff like that. Um, so it's a cool initiative. Just I mean, your experience, you used to go to the park on the East Coast and play with
Mhm.
mainly guys, right? I mean, how
Yeah.
many girls were at the park playing with you?
Very few. Very few.
So, I mean, this is just another way to encourage just girls to get out there,
Yeah.
right?
That's true. Yep. I love it.
The Valkyries reportedly brought in 55 million in revenue. That's not even counting league media money, merch, or extras. This was a great place for an expansion team. I
Yeah.
mean, we're Valkyrie season ticket holders. This is the closest team to us in California. And like the vibe in that arena is just it's pretty
Yeah. It's
unmatched.
crazy.
Like it's good. We've been to
Yeah.
almost every single home game and it has not skipped a beat. Like that's
Hmm.
how electric it's been. Like like if you haven't been to a Valkyries home game, I think you should make a trip. And it's the Bay Area. You're gonna have other things to do there as well.
Hmm.
So I mean, would you agree with that?
Yeah. That part of that 55 million, probably a million of it is from my pocket. So just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
No, for real
Um,
though. It is a good time. It is a lot of fun. The crowd's in it. They're
yes.
interactive. They're cheering. They're interacting with everyone around you. Yeah, it's definitely a vibe.
And I want to say, like, I think it was Kate Martin who said it, a fan base that is just in it in the highs and the lows of a game. And
Hmm.
you wouldn't even know if the Valkyries were losing. Like, they'll be down like 15 and the crowd is still in it like they're down one. Like,
Yeah,
it really is that vibe. Like,
but it's
it's
like
dope.
it pumps them up. You can tell it pumps the players up because there's
Mm-hmm.
moments like the crowd will go crazy to back up. If a player starts complaining, the crowd is
Yeah.
backing them up. Like
Yeah.
whether it was a good call or not,
Yeah. That
it's
right
yeah,
there
it's
is
crazy.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. I think it was Temmie that said there are a bunch of role players, like
Hmm.
six women, and
Hmm.
the crowd is the same. Like we're their sixth man. You know the Seahawks, what do they
Yeah.
call it, the 12th man? We're their sixth man. So it's like is it symbolism? Is that kind of what I want to get at? Like it's
Yeah.
just like you know what I'm trying to say? Like they're a team of like 6 women and we're that for them. So it's kind of cool. I like
Yeah.
that perspective. Allie Quigley officially announced retirement. Chicago Sky are set to retire Allie Quigley's number 14 jersey during pregame at the July 9th matchup against Dallas. Quigley's jersey will be the first to be retired and honored by the Sky organization.
That's awesome.
Isn't Candace Parker's getting retired too, though?
I think so, but
Later, though.
probably.
Yeah. Man, Allie Quigley just disappeared. Just
Hmm.
have you seen that meme where it's like this? They have the deuces and then they just fade out. That's Allie Quigley.
Yeah,
The EW Scripps Company announced a new multi-year agreement with the WNBA to continue airing regular season Friday night matchups on ION, the league's Friday night national network home since 2023. How do you feel about it?
I'm glad. I'm glad we're getting that love on TV because man, watching games is hard sometimes.
Especially on CBS. My
Yeah,
God, if you don't have a subscription, geez. I like it because it gives access to everyone. I mean, like you have a general cable, like, or the
yeah.
app. But if it's on an ESPN, a CBS, an ABC, you have to have those subscriptions, right? So, I mean, ION at least gives you more access, which
Hmm.
I like. This news I'm excited for. WNBA, WNBPA, and 2K agree to extend groundbreaking partnerships to further elevate women's basketball and gaming. I love it because I've been saying for how many years now, 2K needs a WNBA storyline. You could do a
Yeah.
little storyline with the men, but I want that same with the women. I don't want to go through the high school and college with a male player. I want to do it with a women's player.
Yeah. It would be cool because the my player mode that they have is very, very basic. It's like
Very basic.
you can play in the W and like have your own player and create your own player,
Yeah.
but there's no going and playing in the park with that player. There's no
Yeah.
inclusiveness. Like they might as
Yeah.
well just have it where it's just open and everyone's in the park, whether you're a WNBA player
Yeah.
or NBA player, and you're still able to have that park feel and play in the park. But
I
then when you
agree.
play the actual game, it's just WNBA versus NBA and have the same storyline. I don't get
Yeah.
it's really not that hard, but
Yeah. Well, it's like it should have just been an option, like you say. Like when you're creating a player, do you want to create a man or a woman? You
yeah,
get to play, you get to pick whatever one you
it's just
want.
a customization. That's it.
Yeah.
And then obviously the season has to change to fit the WNBA because right now all it is you get to customize your player, but there's no other experience. Like you can choose like an activity they do, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just like a quick like phone storyline. It tells you what they
Yeah.
did. It's not as fun. So
I will say 2K25 was a little bit more updated than the 24 version.
yeah, but
Five,
still
but
they're still behind.
yeah, they're still behind. So hopefully maybe 2026, probably what, 2027 though, huh?
Yeah.
Is when we'll see it. So that I'm excited about that. Okay, over to milestone moments. It's just a brief overview of any broken records or accomplishments during the week 4 recap. Kelsey Plum, tied as fastest player in WNBA history to reach 200 points and 50 assists in a season. Chicago, Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever reach 1.92 million viewers, third most watched WNBA game in 2025. Spoiler alert, the top 2 games also included Indiana,
Hmm.
but we love to see it. It's visibility. Kennedy Burke became one of the only 5 players in WNBA history to shoot 100% from beyond the arc on more than 3 attempts in consecutive games, joining Catherine Caveld as the only other New York Liberty player to do so, Jennifer Azzi, Brian January, and Alicia Clark. Kennedy Burke's been killing it. We haven't talked
Yeah.
about her a lot, but definitely 6 player of the year combo.
Yeah.
Definitely in that category. Paige Beckers joins Caitlin Clark as the only rookies to ever achieve 35 plus points and 5 plus 3 points made. 3 pointers made. Beckers shot 68% from the field, the best field goal percentage in a 35-point game by a WNBA rookie since Brianna Stewart scored 38 points on 75% shooting in 2016. And right off the injury, right?
Hmm.
That was
Yeah.
just killing it. Skylar Diggins-Smith, fastest player in WNBA history to reach 5,000 points and 1,500 assists. Brittany Griner passes Lisa Leslie to move into the second on all-time blocks list. Ryan Howard ties the WNBA record for most three-pointers made, 9 in a game. She also becomes the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 300 career three-pointers. Nafisa Collier is the first player in WNBA history with a 35-5-2-2 game on 8% field goal percentage. Some of
That
these stat
efficient.
lines are crazy.
That's
Like
efficient.
what? Yeah, definitely. Sabrina Ionescu recorded her 14th career 30-point game, the most in Liberty history. Natasha Cloud passes Cappy Pondexter for ninth all-time in assists. And then lastly, Caitlin Clark passes Candace Parker with the most 35-5 games in first 2 seasons. Clark has 3, Parker has 2. Woo! Good week. Good week of milestones.
Yeah.
To end off the court report, let's go into our injury report.
Uh-huh.
Ryan Jefferson, leg week to week. She is resuming on-court activities. Lindsay Allen returned. Olivia Nelson-Ododa returned. Layla Lacan overseas out. I know we had said she was out before, but there was an update that she won't return until July. So that's just an
Oh,
update.
that's an update because I thought they were saying she wasn't going to come back at all.
No,
So,
yeah, it's gonna be July. Maddie Seagrass knee day to day. That was new, and that was a late
uh-huh.
scratch. The Dallas's last game. Ty Harris out rest of the season. She got season-ending surgery, so that's a bummer. She's on Dallas, right?
Ty, yeah.
They need her. They
Yeah.
need her. Sophie Cunningham returned. Caitlin Clark returned. Tiffany Hayes knows still day to day. Dewana Bonner personal out. No timetable. Asia Wilson concussion out. Becky said she's not going to rush her, so I
Uh-huh.
don't think she'll be back from Minnesota.
With
Um,
them struggling too, it's like,
it's
why?
just no point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Reset.
Make sure she's healthy.
Yeah. Odyssey Sims personal out. Niara Sabley knee returned. John Cole Jones ankle day to day. There is a high probability that she plays on Tuesday, they were saying. Alyssa Thomas returned. Kalia Copper returned. And Kalani Brown out with an illness. Woo! People are returning. These concussions, though, more concussions, longer out time.
Yeah.
Just
I,
something
I
to
I
monitor.
think they're taking more caution to it. So they're making sure not to rush them back and make sure that they're fully out of symptoms before returning.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good. It's good they're taking that precaution.
Quick timeout. Let's talk Underdog Fantasy. If you've never tried it, Underdog is a super fun and easy way to get in on fantasy sports. You can play daily pick'em games by predicting player stats like points, rebounds, or assists. It's clean, simple, and a great way to stay locked into every game. If you're new to Underdog, sign up with our code THEBROOKESBENCH and you'll get up to $1,000 in bonus funds. Just scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the episode description to sign up. Now let's get back to the video. All right, with that said, let's head into the weekly rundown. This is where we spotlight the biggest matchups, clutch performances, and wild finishes around the W. Basically, we just highlight the games that we thought were pretty good. We
Uh-huh.
can't highlight every single game. Y'all will be here for hours, right? So we are highlighting the games for week 4, June 9th to June 15th. Let's start it off with the hot one. Golden State Valkyries, just one of many we'll be talking about in this recap, spoiler alert, defeat LA Sparks 89 to 81 in OT. Now, just a quick little recap before Megan gets to do her bragging. The Sparks stormed back to lead by 4 at halftime after a 17-5 run, despite Golden State shooting 50% in the first half. Valkyries regained control with sharp shooting from Salon. She did have a really good game before she left,
Uh-huh.
you guys. Strong defense. The game saw 14 lead changes and 11 overall ties. Plum's step back three put LA up before Late's layup forced OT. In overtime, Golden State owned the paint, scoring on an offensive rebound and maintaining composure. LA was 1 for 9 from the floor, enabling Valkyries to pull away. Like I said, Janelle Salon, 21 points, 8 rebounds. Kayla Thorin, another, well, first of her double-double streak. 18 points, 11 rebounds, and hit the go-ahead three with 37.9 seconds left in OT. Temi Benley also 14 points, 13 rebounds, 4 steals, and 4 blocks. And then Leighton Billings off the bench scored 14 and 10 points respectively. Sparks, on the other hand, Kelsey Plum went off, and De'Erica, 24 points, 20 points. But Meg, let us know what happened.
I mean, honestly, it wasn't the prettiest game. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I feel like both teams shot a lot of threes and didn't make a lot of them.
Yeah.
I just feel like Golden State was able to capitalize on those little plays. Like, when they got the little turnovers, they were able to capitalize. They were able to score a couple more points in the paints than the Sparks. But what really set us off was the overtime part. So
Mm.
we went into overtime and we were dominant. Like we outscored them. What was it? A lot to a little. 11, 11 to 3.
Yeah.
So I think that really I love to see that too because the Valkyrie tend to like struggle late in the
Mm-hmm.
game. They don't know
Mm-hmm.
how to close it out. Which it was a little disappointing they couldn't close it out during during the
Regulation.
regulation, but we were able to get it done in OT, and this was our first OT win. So this was great. Good game. Good overall. Good overall game before we lost some players.
Yeah, but it was a good game.
Yeah.
You fought back. You beat the Sparks. You've only played the
Mhm.
Sparks about 50 times this season already. So it was a good win for you guys. We're gonna be talking
Yeah.
about you guys, I think, two more times. So we'll save it. We'll give a little perspective each game.
Yeah.
Over to LA, Sparks defeating Las Vegas Aces 97 to 89. Vegas. Anyways, Sparks jumped out to a strong start, 29-17 behind Rakia Jackson's early dominance. Rakia was on fire this game.
Yeah. Rakia
Aces
couldn't miss.
No, for real. Aces responded, cutting the lead 50 to 45 by halftime with Young and Gray pushing hard. Sparks regained momentum. Their interior play and bench energy created space, but Wilson's injury disrupted, yeah, Las Vegas. Like this was a bummer. And it was weird because she gets hit by Dearica, right? And then
Mhm.
she continues to play, and then all of a sudden they pull her off, and like she never came back. But I mean,
Yeah, and
that's
the third.
concussion.
Yeah.
But concussions can happen like that.
Mhm.
Like maybe you don't feel it right on, but later you're like, oh no, something's wrong.
Well, what happened was I think her nose was bleeding at the same time. Like she got hit
Mm.
hard, her
Mm-hmm.
nose was bleeding because they had her wear the tube thing in her nose. And
Mm-hmm.
so at the end of the third, Becky pulled her out like with like maybe less than a minute left,
Yeah,
right?
it
To
was
give
it
her
was a
a
lot.
break, a longer break before the fourth. And
Yeah.
they had her sitting on the bench and they were changing her gauze. And then all of a sudden they pulled her back. So I wonder when they were changing it, they were probably talking to her and she seemed like dazed, maybe. I don't know. Because
Maybe.
then she just ran to the back and never came back out. So,
Yeah. I mean, even with her out, Jackie tried her best, 34 points,
yeah.
tied her career high. But Rakia Jackson, her career high, 30 points. She could not miss. Like, she was
Hmm.
on fire. This is the Rakia we all wanted to see. She had the slow start, then the injury, but she's been killing it ever since, I mean, this game. And then Azrae and Dearica Hamby also stepped up. But no one, I mean, the Aces really couldn't close the gap. This was not their game to win. Uh,
Yeah. Well, Jewel Lloyd was off. It was
I
not a
know.
good showing
We
for
say
Jewel
that
Lloyd.
every
It
game.
was all Jackie. Well, I think the Aces game after this
I
against
know.
Dallas was good for her, but no, it was all Jackie and Chelsea, and it's just not enough. They don't that's it's not enough to win games against another team where you got more of a whole five actually getting things done. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I will say the Spark shot efficiently, 56% from the field, and they outscored Vegas in the paint 44 to 32.
mhm.
It just LA looked good in this game. Obviously, Vegas has not looked so good.
Yeah.
LA really needed this win, but yeah. Any other comments on this game? Okay. Over to Seattle Storm defeating Minnesota 94 to 84.
Crazy.
Minnesota no longer undefeated and complicates the Commissioner Cup race, which we'll talk about when we get to the standings towards the end of the show. But man, Seattle looked good. Seattle came out popping. And you know who did well? Erica Wheeler.
Mhm.
20 points, 9 assists, and she hit clutch threes. They really
Mhm.
turned the momentum, in my opinion. But basically, Minnesota, they kind of like were fighting, but towards the end, I mean, it just really wasn't like they were missing like key opportunities to
Yeah.
like stay in the game. Would you say?
It was just a off shooting night for the Lynx. I think they were still getting
Yes.
good looks, but it was
Yeah.
just not hitting. Like they could not get a basket to drop for them.
Yeah, definitely not. Dominique Malonga also had a pretty good game. She actually sparked a 13 to 2 run in the third quarter, which kind of brought the score back to, even. And then
Uh-huh.
Caitlin McBride, 19 points. For Minnesota, Nafisa 25 points, 9 rebounds. But like I said, they missed I believe it was free throws. This game, yeah. See, they missed key free throws. I knew it was something that I was
Yeah.
forgetting. They missed some free throws and some layups down the stretch. Seattle shot 56% from the field though. Like they shot really efficient, like you said. And then the Storm out rebounded the Lynx 34 to 26. What were your like thoughts on this game though?
I mean, it was still a competitive game all the way down to the buzzer. Because for a minute there in the fourth, I thought that the Lynx were going to be able to come back and go on a
Mm-hmm.
run and the Storm wouldn't be able to close it out. But no, yeah, the Lynx just couldn't get anything to really hit. Like you said, Erica hit some dagger points. I know that they were a little chippy at the end because,
Yeah.
they Seattle basically won
Yeah.
and there was only a few seconds left and Erica Wheeler ends up on a fast break and was going to pull up, but Skylar's like, no, no score.
Mm-hmm.
So it made it a little rough. I mean, that one's hard because, I mean, you want to win with grace, right? You already won the game. It's like, why go for the extra points? But Commissioner Cup's on the line. And
Yeah.
so because of that, points matter.
Yep.
I believe at this point, Seattle winning tied up their record with Minnesota. So they were going to both be tied. And then because Seattle's winning, it would give them the upper hand.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get why the points matter and why they would say, like, no, let's rack the points up. But
Hey.
yeah, it was, in my opinion, I'm glad there's no more undefeated teams, basically. I know
Yeah.
we'll get to the second one, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, the controversy at the end, it's the Commissioner Cup though. Like the
yeah,
West is pretty close. Like all
yeah,
those points matter.
yeah.
This gives Seattle the tiebreaker over Minnesota, and
Hmm.
it's close. I think they all only have one game left. So I mean, it's gonna come down to those points maybe, you know? So
Yeah.
it is what it is. It's shouldn't have lost. How about that? Honestly.
Hmm.
Okay, over to Las Vegas Aces defeating Dallas Wings 88 to 84. No Asia Wilson in this game. I would say that's why it's close, but we all know Vegas has been struggling. Vegas came out strong, moving the ball well, jumping to an early lead behind Jackie Young. Dallas kept pace with Enrique. And Aces led by a few possessions. In the second quarter, both teams traded buckets in a with Louisa. Man, I'm gonna get her name. Guy Slaughter. Guy Slaughter. I think I'm saying it
Hmm.
right. With perfect shooting in the second, Vegas maintained a slight edge at halftime thanks to Jewel Lloyd and
Hmm.
Chelsea Gray. Jewel Lloyd actually did really well this game, scoring 21 points. In the third quarter, though, this is where things get crazy. Dallas went on a 22 to 2 run. Okay? Let's all stay right there. They basically flipped the script on Vegas. The Aces looked horrible. How many turnovers? I forgot to write how many turnovers they had. They had a heck of turnovers in that third quarter. But
Yeah.
basically the Wings led by double digits. And in the fourth quarter, Vegas decided to go on a 17 to 2 run. Dallas, you had this game in the bag, bro. First of all,
Yeah.
Meg, you saw it. Tell us why
Man,
Dallas
Dallas
messed this
came
up.
out so good. They're playing good. Everything was going their way. I want to say they probably had like nine turnovers. Like it was so
Yeah.
sloppy and bad. And then Jewel Lloyd kept coming in and out. Like she was like dealing with some injuries. I think her knee was bleeding at one point. She was just in and out. So that also didn't help the Aces because,
Yeah.
it's only really the three of them because Asia wasn't there. So I think that affected them. But Dallas, okay, so a couple things. So Dallas did get sloppy in the end, and then Chelsea Gray was hitting. Jewel hit this crazy three in the
Yeah.
corner after not like hitting anything for a period of time. It's like she had just came back in, I think, too, and then hits that dagger three.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the coach really messed them up here because Dallas coach had two chances to call a challenge on a play that I think, could have went in Dallas's favor,
Was
and
it the out of bounds call?
one was a jump ball with Dejanay, and then I
Uh-huh.
think one was an out of bounds call. But
Mm-hmm.
the biggest one that I think was the jump ball with Dejanay because I think that if they would have challenged that, it would have helped the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Because like him not challenging it, I think what happens is Chelsea ended up going to the line because they ended up calling a foul instead of a jump ball.
Mm-hmm.
And then she hit the free throws, and it just like changed the momentum, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like that's the coach messes up. Momentum is huge in
Yeah.
a game like this. And then I believe Dallas still had a chance. So Aces was up. Dallas still had a chance. They bring the ball in, and Dejanay was trying to get the ball to Enrique, and
Mm-hmm.
she forced the pass. Like
Mm-hmm.
Jackie was playing up on Enrique, and she,
Yeah.
instead of just like the pass wasn't there, just holding it and like looking for something better, she still
Yeah.
forced it and caused a turnover.
Yeah.
So it was just really sloppy. They couldn't get it in. I'm assuming they wanted it in Enrique's hands. They couldn't get it in her hands. And yeah, they lost a tough one where I thought this game was going Dallas's way. I thought they were going to pull it out.
Well, yeah, and I mean the thing was what I saw at the end. Shout out on Leah Nye for that rebound, the clutch rebound to get Jewel Lloyd that three, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah. It
basically,
was the second chance. Yeah,
yeah, and that took the lead, right? Was that the shot that took the lead?
yeah. It took the
Okay,
lead. It changed. Yeah, it took the lead. But then that's what I'm saying is they took the lead, but then Dallas still had that chance.
yeah,
Like they still had a lot of time on the clock, and
hmm
then they messed up with the inbound pass. Like they got it in, but then they turned it over like right away.
yeah. And Jackie was just unstoppable. 11 for 11 from the free throw line. It's
Yeah,
just she was just bodying her way to the line, and I mean that's how you do it when you need to chip away at a lead.
yeah,
It didn't help that Dallas didn't hit a field goal in the last 3 minutes. 3 minutes and
yeah.
55 seconds of the game. It just fell apart. But I mean, this is Dallas's season. I mean, like you said, coaching errors. Everyone's blaming the
Uh-huh.
coaching. But now you're taking away. I feel like Louisa had a really good impact with Dallas when she finally got some good minutes. She was working well with
Uh-huh.
Paige. Now you're losing her. You're gonna get Lee Rue in there. It's just,
Yeah.
I think this season we can just pack it up for Dallas. It's just not working out, and I feel like
Uh-huh.
everyone is like Enrique's not having a good season, and it just doesn't look like the same Enrique. At this point, I think it's the system. The system's just not working. Like I think
Yeah.
I don't know. After the video we saw, or I don't know if you saw it, it was like Dejanay and Dallas's coach. I can't say his name. Clint. You know what I'm trying to say.
Uh-huh.
We're arguing, and I don't know. We need some lip readers out there, but it looked like that he was like, "Dude, calm down," like something, something, and then she was like, "No, I meant this," and then he didn't have an answer for her. Like
No,
he
that's
didn't
what the
know.
challenge that's when the
That
challenge
was the
happened
challenge. Yeah.
because everybody was saying challenge it, and
Yeah.
then he didn't. And then he was trying to tell her to calm down, and you could tell like he had no comeback because she said like, "Hey, this is what happened." But I mean, I don't see him lasting after the season because during the press conference afterwards, the post conference, he goes, "Yeah, I should have used the challenge. I was going to lose those timeouts anyway." He
You
said,
know,
"We just got to learn from this."
You know what makes me mad is they fired Latricia Trammell for him. And
Yeah.
this is what you get, Dallas. She had one bad season due to injury. Sawtu didn't play half the season, and then heck of people were hurt. And then you fired
Uh-huh.
her. She literally won a playoff series. Was it a whole series? She
Yeah.
whatever. The season before, and you fire her, like that is criminal work. I bet you she would have better record than this.
Yeah.
Okay, Dallas. So I don't really feel that bad for you because I was Latricia Trammell's #1 fan.
Yeah. That was crazy. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, over to Indiana defeating New York Liberty 102 to 88. The last undefeated team falls New York and Caitlin Clark's first game back.
Uh-huh.
What's the word I'm looking for? What a storyline. 32 points. 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. Franchise record 7 3-pointers for Caitlin Clark in this game. It was going to be hard to beat. Obviously, New York didn't have Jonquel. Like, let's put that out there. That was going to be a tough assignment for Indiana if Jonquel was in there. But in the first quarter, Clark, yeah, she went off. Early 14 points, hitting 3 threes in 38 seconds. First of all, and they were all like logo threes. They weren't just regular threes. Like,
Yeah.
I know she was like pumped to come back.
Oh yeah.
Like, I feel like this is the longest she's ever went without playing basketball except for an off season.
Uh-huh.
In the second quarter, Fever continued to hit from deep. Jeez, man. 5 threes in the second quarter to take a 53 to 50 halftime lead. In the third, Liberty tried to surge back, but Indiana responded with a 25 to 3 run, pulling ahead. Indiana basically just maintain their lead the rest of the game. But like I said, Caitlin Clark went off. Kelsey Mitchell, 22 points. Lexi Hull, 14 points. And then Aaliyah Boston with a double-double. Sabrina had a really good game, 34
Uh-huh.
points, and then Brianna added 24 points. But what do you think? Is this like a not a? I'm not trying to say it's a fluke, but okay, they didn't have Jonquel. Is this different? Is this game like drastically different without Jonquel? I mean, with Jonquel, my bad.
Did they have Phoebich? I think they were missing Phoebich as well.
Yeah, no Phoebich as well.
I mean, so it's two big players for them. That you have to go without. So yes, I think that really affects them.
Okay.
And then Indiana had their key players. So
hmm
um
They all went off. They all went off. The
yeah,
key players, yeah.
yeah. And all their key players had a good game. I think
hmm
the only one they were missing was Bonner. And I mean, if they would have had her too, my God.
hmm
So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think it's a fluke. I think that Liberty just they didn't have the pieces. I mean, it's hard to go against a team that has all the pieces and you're without two major ones, two starters, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Um, and I know they still had good players like Burke and stuff, but when you switch up lineups where players that normally come off the bench and they just play that kind of role and then they have
Yep.
to play a whole starting role,
Yep.
it throws off the dynamics of the team a little bit. So,
hmm
and I know Kaylin was itching to come back. I mean, we
hmm
see her day in and day out on the bench, going crazy, wanting to be out there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just saw, man, she was having fun too. I
Yeah.
know she was hitting threes and then joking and laughing in Brianna Stewart's face. Like I know that clip
hmm
went viral everywhere. So,
hmm
um, yeah, a healthy Indiana is scary.
Yeah, and I mean, I know the season's early, but she got some rest. I
Hmm.
mean, I'm not saying she needed it, but just fresh legs, you know?
Yeah, it's good for anybody. So,
Right?
especially a Caitlin Clark.
So we said John Quell is probably going to be back on Tuesday, but no
Yeah.
Phoebich. Do you see this hurting New York in the these next couple of games until overseas is over?
Yeah, I think it could affect them, yeah. And depending on John Quill's like how she is when she comes back, if she's limited or
Yeah,
sometimes you have them come back and hopefully she doesn't retweak anything.
yeah,
So yeah, I think that Liberty has to be careful.
yeah. And I mean, a lot of the coach's sentiments with early injuries to stars players is we don't need to win necessarily right now. We need you
Hmm.
healthy in September,
Right.
August, September when it really matters, right?
Yeah.
So not to say that they're rushing Jonquel back. They want her 100% probably
Yeah.
before they have her back in the game.
And it's
Um,
a tough thing because with this Commissioner Cup, it makes it where there's this competitiveness that's
hmm
really needed in the front end of the season.
hmm
So you kind of have to weigh your options. Like if you're really able to compete in that,
Yep.
then you kind of want your players to be healthy and come back sooner. But you kind of got to weigh like what means more to the team, and make that decision because yeah, at the end of the day, it could mean more to the team to be healthy come
Yep.
championship time and we all know like a couple losses now isn't going to change that. If you can squeeze into that A seed, anyone can
Yep.
have a chance to win the ship. So
Definitely. Definitely. All right, Golden State Valkyrie again, defeating Seattle 76-70. Just coming up with these big wins, Meg.
it's
Uh,
crazy.
I mean, we were at this game, so I'll let you take this one away because this game was crazy.
Well, the only thing with this, I mean, some of you guys who follow us on Discord knows that I got my chance to be a star this
Oh Lord.
night, and I was able to go down on the court and play one of the little in between quarter games, which was a great thing to cross off my bucket list. But I did kind of miss the first quarter and part of the second quarter because you're down in the back preparing to go on the floor and stuff to play the game. But man, I'm just loving this team right now. I said it to like Brooke and other people like we have a team that's full of like six players where they were not part of the starting five. They were that sixth man from all the teams all around the league.
hmm
And you bring them all together. So you got all these scrappy players, the players that were day in and day out fighting to try to break that starting five lineup.
hmm
And now they're all playing together and killing it. Like you just see
hmm
the heart, the hustle. I mean,
Yep.
you even got the rookies out there like Carla. I know she frustrated me like the first two games, but
Yeah.
she's playing so
She's
much
doing really
with
well.
confidence and I'm loving it. I'm just
Yeah.
loving it. You see the chemistry growing and growing. And I was concerned about this game, right? We have a lot of foreign players. So we had like, what, 4 players leave and go overseas. So I was really concerned, like, what that was going to do to our team. But I feel like a lot of players, like I said, like Carla, did step up and
Mm-hmm.
filled that vacancy, like, and we didn't skip a beat.
Yeah. I will say it's like you said they're role players, right? But they know how to play their role. And I think that
Right.
is their uniqueness. Is that a word? Uniqueness?
Hmm.
That they bring, and that's why they understand how to adapt. And I feel like that's
Hmm.
why they adapted so fast. And you were talking about it now. You like Nikase. You just had to give her system a chance. Like she's a new coach. And I understand people are trying to compare her to like Chicago situation, Connecticut situation, but someone did make a good point. She did get to handpick all these players. They
Hmm.
had to go into a system that was already, or I mean, a situation that was already picked
Already
for them.
made. Yeah.
So that is something a little bit different that we're dealing with.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Valkyrie, they look good. Like you said, scrappy, heart. It helps that the crowd is always in the game.
Hmm.
And I mean, they looked really good this game. Seattle did not look good. They did not shoot well at all. They just the baskets they were missing, they usually make. So I
Yeah.
will give them that. But I mean, you guys did look really well in sync. And I will say you guys almost fumbled this bag.
Yeah.
Because how much were you guys up by? Like at least
10.
15.
Yeah, 10, 15, and then it slowly got knocked, chipped away. I think it got under 10 there for a minute. I think the lowest was maybe like 4 or 5, and then Kayla hit the three to put
Mm-hmm.
us back up. But I mean, yeah, I mean they still have a lot to work on. I mean, we shoot a
Yeah,
lot of
closing out
threes.
games is where you guys that third,
Yeah.
fourth quarter becomes pivotal for you guys. Like,
Yeah. So like and even shooting our consistency with the three. I know we really want to be a 3-point team, but there are moments where they shouldn't shoot that three.
yes, I agree.
Big pivotal moments. I think Kay Martin hit one in a transition where it wasn't the right moment, and then it allows those teams to kind of come back. And we
Mm-hmm.
lost the game like that, right? That we were up and then we lost it. I think it
Mm-hmm.
was against Phoenix. So there's things we got to work on. But I'm just glad that we're still not, missing a beat with a lot of our starters overseas.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
but
That
it is gonna hurt. Timmy's gonna hurt.
I know. I forgot she was leaving. That's
Yeah,
gonna be rough. I think there's gonna be a little bit of a rough patch, but
we
when you
need
guys get
Billis.
when you guys get all back together, I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Seattle went on a 11-2 push in the fourth. That's what it was. To
Hmm.
get them back into it, and it was nerve-wracking. I was like, do not blow this lead.
Yeah.
Because they've been playing so good. It would have been a bummer to lose that game. But like I said, Seattle just didn't play their best game. They didn't look how they looked against Minnesota, that's for sure, when
Hmm.
they beat Minnesota. But man, yeah, the Valkyries. I mean, not a public apology, but like just is it admiration of like just pulling together and like everyone was doubting you and then you show out and you're just gritty every game. Like
Yeah.
that's something to cheer for. Like that's why your fans are behind you. I mean, that's just my perspective. Over to Chicago, Sky defeating Connecticut Suns 78-66. I really wanted to highlight this game for Haley Van Lith. And then Angel Reese did get a triple double, her first career triple double. So I just wanted to throw this one in there. Chicago looked a little better today. Or
Hmm.
or Connecticut just didn't look good. I mean, what were the which one? Which one would you go with?
I think it was a mix. Like, I mean, the thing is though, is I thought Connecticut started off pretty strong.
Yeah, they look good.
Tina looked like young Tina out there to
Mm-hmm.
begin the game. But I think what happened is she kind of tired out, and then started to miss some shots. Because I think she was 8 for 20, but a lot of that 8 came very early in the game, and then
Mm-hmm.
it was off from there. Mabry was hot; she hit 5 threes
Yeah, she
and
was
then
hot.
cooled off. So I think that's what it was pretty much close, like going all
The
the way into
entire
the
game.
third, and then it started to spread. They had a little chippy moment. Bria Hartley, I want to say
It was a
accidentally.
hard foul. This is a
Well,
hard
she pulled
foul.
her hair.
Oh, I thought it was her arm. It was her
No,
hair?
so yeah, so if you
Oh.
really watch,
Oh
because
man, okay.
Angel Reese has the braids,
Mm-hmm.
she actually pulls one of the braids, and so it was
Oh.
very weird. Like it's hard to tell if it was like intentional. Like
Yeah.
she really got her
Oh
hair,
wow,
so
okay.
it was weird, but it caused, yeah,
Yeah, the
some
scuffle.
some technical fouls. got
Mm-hmm.
called. I was surprised that Bria didn't get one, especially because it all started
Yeah.
because the hair got pulled.
Yeah.
So that is what it is. But right after that, it was like a switch, and then Connecticut started to pull away.
Yeah.
So I think, and then Haley Van Lith girl had a game. She was
She looked good.
aggressive.
She looked
Yeah.
good. She looked real good. Yeah, it was close until the fourth. Entering the fourth, Chicago was up 59 to 45. I mean 54. Oh my
54.
God, I can't read. But the Sky bench outscored the Suns bench 36 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. That's incredible. They also went on an 8-2 run early in the fourth, and Connecticut could just never recover. But Angel Reese, 11 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists, first career triple-double. Haley Van
Mm-hmm.
Lith, season high, 16 points off the bench. Hoping to see her continue to grow. Maybe even bust into that starting lineup, be a starting point guard. That'd be dope.
Mm-hmm.
Last game that we're going to review for week 4, Phoenix defeating Las Vegas 76-70. I almost did not put this in here
Mm-hmm.
because we just keep talking about the Aces losing. And it's like the
Yeah.
same discourse over and over. No Asia. No one else stepped up. Jewel Lloyd didn't do anything. We say the same thing over and over again, but not Satu, Kalia Copper came back, first game back. Nothing crazy, but Satu's 22 points, 9 rebounds. She had a really good game. And it just, I don't know, like, what to say about Vegas anymore.
It's the
Like,
same old thing. They have no bench depth that really can do anything.
no,
Like, yeah, Bell came in and had a little push there, but it was not enough. 8 points
it's
off the
never enough.
bench. That's just not enough. No one else doing anything worth
Mhm.
mentioning off the bench. Tiffany Mitchell got the start. Nothing to show for it. Kia Stokes, she's only
Mhm.
out there to rebound and play defense. That's how it's always been. So you're really relying on 4 players day in and day out, and one of those players is out with a concussion,
Yeah.
and the other 3 just can't do it by themselves. It's just not enough.
Well, it's not even, you said the other three. It's really Chelsea Gray and Jackie Young. The third,
Yeah.
we can't even put in that conversation because
She's
she's not
there here and
helping.
there. Yeah. Here and there
So
performance.
it
So
is what it is. Wasn't this the game they had like 20 turnovers?
did they have 20?
This was the one where it was
They
like,
had 19, yeah.
okay, 19 turnovers. And the game was this close. Obviously, no Asia Wilson, but it's just like, we're just beating a dead horse talking about Vegas. Obviously, Phoenix, we'll talk some positives. Kalia Copper's back. Congrats. You guys are
Yeah.
squeezing out wins. And you guys had adversity hit you so early on. I feel like Phoenix, this is going to help Phoenix so much
Mm-hmm.
later in the season and in playoffs. Um, they got their bench experience early. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's important. They went through the injury adversity, and not to say it's not going to happen later. Injuries always happen, right? But the sooner you get your bench involved and like with consistent minutes, Lexi held like right there.
Yeah.
Laxa got to start a little bit. Like those are important down the stretch. Like when you need a team effort, when both team starters are playing their absolute best, and then it comes down to bench points and the depth. Like those things are important, and I feel like Phoenix has seen that adversity, and it's only helping Phoenix in my opinion. Would you say
Yeah.
so?
No, facts. Yep.
Okay, that concludes our WNBA weekly rundown for week 4. With all that said, let's get into our player of the week. Meg, you want to start off first?
Yeah. So my player of the week, Alicia Gray.
Alicia Gray. Yeah, that's good.
I mean, she's still killing it. She's still
Mm-hmm.
killing it. They had 3 games this week. She averaged 23 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, almost 2 steals a game. She even almost averaged 1 block a game.
Mm-hmm.
They're just doing great things. I mean, she's been consistent. I'm just loving her play, way more aggressive. She's taking the shots. Yeah.
I agree. For mine, it was between Alicia Gray, but I chose Jackie Young. 25.6 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, 4 assists per game, shooting on 40% from the field, 32% from the three. I feel like she's been holding it down since Asia has been out, and
Mhm.
she deserves a shout out. I think she's
Yeah.
tired. I think her back hurts from carrying this team a little bit.
Well, it is nice to see because the start of the season, the first couple games were a little rough. But Jackie's back. Yeah. But we just need her to find the rest of her team.
Yeah, for real. Over to Tunnel Vision. This is where I show usually Meg and Brooke fits that I've seen throughout the week. I ask if they want to play or bench the fit. After that, we go into our personal fits of the week. First fit up is Nafisa Collier. How are we feeling about this one?
Oh, easy play.
Oh, really? This
Yeah.
isn't my vibe.
You know, the cargo pants
It's the
probably are
cargo
what
pants
throws
are
you
good.
off, huh?
No, the top. I don't like the top too much. I
I
love
think
the
it's fitting
pants.
for her. You
Okay.
know, I don't think it's something I could personally pull off, but I
Yeah.
think it works. It
Okay.
works.
You'd play?
Yeah.
I'd bench.
Interesting.
Over to Skylar Diggins. Bro, I love this. This is giving middle school boy pulling up
This
to the first day of school.
is like she's about to
This
go
is great.
camping outside.
No, I
Like,
love
what
this.
is
This
this?
is Skylar Diggins. I would play this. I love a set. I
You
love a
know,
matching set.
for her, it works and it's funny knowing her personality. But
Yeah,
I'm
this is
benching
great.
this. I'm
No,
benching it.
that's crazy. Okay, fine. Over to Rakia Jackson. This was almost my fit of the week. This is
Mm.
giving Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
I just love it. I think it's
Was
great.
was this the fit before the game she popped off on everyone?
I can't remember.
Uh,
Maybe. No,
yeah,
I
no,
really
I'd
like
play.
it. It's very
Yeah.
classy. I really like
Hmm.
it. The pearls, the
Yeah.
little, what do you call it? Not a clutch. Is it a clutch? Is that what they call it?
The
I'm not into
clutch.
it.
Yeah.
But I like it. Head to toe. This was almost my fit of the week for real.
Hmm.
But I wanted to throw it in here. For sure play. Tiffany Hayes, almost my fit of the week as well. No, I really like this one. It's giving like that uncle at the cookout though.
Uncle. Okay.
I do like it though. If you haven't noticed the theme, anything that matches a matching set is gonna be in here. No, but what do
Hey,
you think?
Tiffany Hayes though, her outfits are always
They're
fire,
always
honestly.
good. I need
But
to stop putting her in here.
there are some weeks where it's just like over the top. It's just like
Yeah.
that little like too much.
Yeah.
And this one is just enough. This
I
is a
really
play.
like this one. Yeah. And last one, this was a late input. Olivia Nelson Adota.
I'm sorry.
You don't
This
like
looks
this?
great on her, but I gotta bench this. It's just too
This
much.
is
It's too much
great.
feathers and shit for me.
No, I like this one. When I saw this, I'm not gonna lie, it's giving like sleepover, like slumber
Yeah.
party, but I love it. The blue, I think it's the color. The color
Yeah.
looks really good on her. So I
I
would
mean,
play.
but let's be real. Anything she puts on, it's fly.
Yeah,
It's gonna work.
I agree. Okay, over to our fit of the week. You guys can be like, wow, what the simplest fit ever to be made ever is Alyssa Thomas. This is my fit of the week. I don't know. For me, it was clean. I love the green. It's considered a green, right? Like an olive. I
Yeah.
love this color.
Yeah.
This
It's
color
an
is
easy
great.
play. I feel like any of us could
This is
pull that
my
off
fit
and
of the
wear that.
week.
Yeah.
This isn't a
No,
player bench. This is
no, I
my
know, but
fit.
I like your fit of the week.
Oh, okay. And look how happy she looks. She just looks happy to play some basketball. And I love the bag as well.
Yeah.
That Louis Vuitton. Liz Fire. Okay. Who's your fit of the week?
Dan Evans from Vegas with
You never
the
sent it.
I sent it.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You
here it
see
is.
it?
Oh, yeah. That's going.
With the Nike hat. It's clean, all black, everything. I love
Simple.
it. I love it. It's simple, but it's just
Our fits this week, simple.
that's
Very,
our style though.
I guess. I guess. I never ask everyone, but let us know what you guys think of the fits. Are you guys
Hmm.
into that? Did you see a fit that maybe we missed that you're like, man, we should have included it? Let us know. I like to hear from you
Hmm.
guys. Okay, enough of the awards for the week. Let's get into the standings. I really wanted to touch on the Commissioner Cup standings because we haven't. We didn't do it last week. But right now, leading the Eastern Conference is Atlanta. They're technically tied with Indiana and New York with at 3-1. So Atlanta still has to play New York. Obviously, New York still has to play Atlanta. And then who Indiana play? Oh, Indiana plays Connecticut. What?
Hmm.
Okay, well. So we'll know more. Is it this week? This is the last week.
Yeah, I think this is last week.
So we'll know more. Where are you leaning towards? Who is gonna take for the Commissioner Cup?
Um,
For the Eastern Conference, anyways.
well, Atlanta plays Liberty, Aces play Lynx. I mean, the Fever have I would say the easier route, being
Yeah.
able to play Connecticut.
Yeah.
Um, and then I'm not sure what is it head to head. Did they win? They lost to Indiana,
New
so I think
Yeah.
Indiana can pull away with it actually because they have the against the head to head, they're up. So,
Well, if New York beats Atlanta though, New York has
but then
the
if Indiana and New York are tied, Indiana beat New York. So
No, New York. What? Oh, they did? Oh,
remember because
snap.
they
Yeah, for
didn't
the
they just
Commissioner Cup.
upset
Yep,
them.
yep, you're right. You're right. You're right.
So
Oh, snap.
it
I
would
think you're
be it
right.
would be Indiana.
I think you're right. Who and Atlanta beat Did Atlanta beat Indiana? Atlanta beat Indiana. I don't know if Atlanta could beat New York
But
though.
yeah, that's the thing. Atlanta would have to beat New York.
They would.
So,
Interesting. I'm kind of rooting for Atlanta though. I want
but
to see
even
them
if,
do some
but
stuff.
if, even though Atlanta beat New York, um, Indiana beat Atlanta, so they're head to head. Indiana would be up. So they
Indiana
need.
beat No, Atlanta beat Indiana.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then
So if
Atlanta would be
Atlanta
up.
beats
Oh,
New
okay, okay.
York, yeah. I'm gonna
So
say Atlanta. You're gonna say Indiana?
yeah, Indiana needs Atlanta to lose,
Yeah.
and Indiana just needs to win
Yep.
for mine to work. So, Western,
Western Conference, Minnesota
um,
4-1, Phoenix 4-2. But
you
Phoenix
know,
already played all their Commissioner Cup games, so they're done. Well, not
oh yeah,
really if
the
Minnesota
last
loses.
three are out. So,
It's
um,
really between Golden State, Seattle, Phoenix, and Minnesota.
yeah,
Golden
and
State plays Dallas,
yep,
Seattle plays LA, Phoenix plays.
Aces.
Oh no, Phoenix is done.
No, Phoenix play Aces on Tuesday.
No, they already played the Aces today. They counted towards their Commissioner Cup.
Oh, it says Tuesday they play again.
Oh, are you sure it's a
That's weird.
Commissioner Cup game?
It says Commissioner Cup
Oh,
on
okay.
the 17th for some reason. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong.
Maybe we're wrong.
Because Tuesday's the last commissioner day,
Oh,
and it
weird.
says Aces versus Lynx. So
Interesting. Well,
yeah,
anyways, Minnesota has to play Vegas. I mean, Vegas is not probably won't be fully healthy. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's probably going to be Minnesota walking away with this, would we say?
yeah.
I was rooting
Unfortunately,
for Golden State.
I mean,
Sorry.
I would have loved it, but even if Golden State beats Dallas and we tie with Minnesota, like say Aces do meet Minnesota, Minnesota beat us. So
Oh,
yeah,
sorry. Well,
darn.
so we
But
agree,
I am
Minnesota.
happy we had a great run.
Yeah, you guys did really well. Let's be proud of that. Okay, with that said, let's head over to the regular standings. Minnesota 1 and New York 2. Obviously, they got their first losses of the season. Dallas falls to a good 1-9. Not looking too pretty there. Vegas hanging on by a thread at that 7 spot, 5-5. And look at Golden State. Right smack dab in the middle. It's looking good. I do want to shout out Atlanta and Phoenix. They're playing some good basketball right now.
Yeah.
They deserve that 3-4
And
right
Phoenix
there.
just got Copper back. I only see it getting better.
Yeah,
Atlanta just got Jordan Canada back. Man, those teams are
it's
only getting better.
it's looking good. Obviously, Indiana had a little, falter with Caitlin Clark out, but
Hmm.
still hanging on there. And then we got the four teams that just been struggling.
Hmm.
It is what it is. It's still close. Everyone's still right there. Okay. We're still early in the season. It's only been week 4. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, let's go into our look ahead of the upcoming games. So these are basically just games that we're excited for. We like to predict who's gonna win and who won't. We keep score every week. I did bad. I went 1 for 7 last week. That's crazy. Well, the Valkyrie assisted on half of my losses. And Meg went 3-4. Brooke went 2-5. Congratulations.
Thank
Let's
you.
let's go. Atlanta versus New York. I already said Atlanta was gonna win commission or go to the Commissioner Cup, so I'm gonna stick with Atlanta.
Okay, I've got the same.
Vegas versus Minnesota. I'm staying with Minnesota. I don't think Vegas is gonna do that.
Same.
Phoenix versus New York.
I'm going Phoenix.
John Quell's gonna be back. I'm gonna go New York. We have to be different at some point. Golden State versus Indiana. I'm going Indiana.
I just can never go against my Golden State anymore. It's
Okay.
always going to be Golden State Valkyries for me.
I don't know who's guarding Caitlin Clark, but good luck. Okay.
Hey,
Washington versus Atlanta. Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Dallas versus Connecticut. I'm gonna give Dallas. I'm gonna
Um,
give Dallas that win.
Interesting.
I just
You
feel
know what?
bad.
I feel like I have to too. Paige is playing great basketball
Yeah, she's
though.
playing really good. I'm giving it to Dallas. Seattle versus Aces.
I'm gonna have to
Will
go Seattle.
Asia be back? Are they at Seattle?
Were they at Seattle last time? I think they're at the. I think they're Aces. No.
I'm going Seattle too. Just don't even look. I'm going Seattle.
Okay.
Vegas for Indiana. I'm going Indiana.
Same.
New York versus Seattle.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna go New
go.
York.
I'm gonna go Seattle.
Okay. We're pretty I think in the middle even on these picks.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for the week 4 recap. We hope you enjoy, this new show format we've been trying out. We appreciate all your guys' support. Follow us, subscribe to this channel. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and comment. We like to respond to your comments. We respond to mostly every single comment, unless you're a little rude. We don't respond to that. But we respond to mainly every single comment. We appreciate your guys' opinions and just the knowledge that you guys have for the game. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like I said, we appreciate it. And we'll be back every single week with a week 4 recap. I mean, with a weekly recap. So thank you guys so much. We'll be back. Peace.
Peace.